Florida State fans had just about gotten over the recruitment of a certain 4-star wide receiver from Edna Karr High School in New Orleans, Louisiana. But with one tweet Monday night, they're right back into the Destyn Hill saga. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for coming to the channel. Very much appreciate your support. I want to do something for you guys. Less than 2 weeks until Christmas, and I know you all need to stock up on those gifts that you love that are garnet and gold colors. Make sure you're getting all of your FSU gear at garnetandgold.com. Listen, right now, if you use code NOSLAW, that's NOSLAW at checkout, you'll get 15% off your order. You're not getting that deal anywhere else. Shop with the best in the business this holiday season. Garnetandgold.com. No slaw at checkout to save 15%. It's linked above and in the description. Monday night, just before 9 p.m., a tweet went out from Sam Spiegelman, hopefully I'm saying that correctly, that said former top 100 wide receiver Destyn Hill of New Orleans, Louisiana, Edna Karr, is expected to enroll at Florida State in May, a source tells On3. Let's break all this down with a quick recap, some thoughts around Hill's recruitment and status, and what's next for him and Florida State. Comment your thoughts below as you watch. I really want to interact with you guys. This has been one of the wildest sagas and recruitments in Florida State history, so I want to talk with you guys about it and get your thoughts, get what you're thinking. Will Hill make it to campus? Yes or no? Let's talk about it below. Hill signed with the Noles on February 3rd, 2021. It was National Signing Day. He picked FSU over Alabama and others, and he was the highest rated commit in that class for Mike Norvell. He didn't show up to campus that year in August, and he didn't show up the next January. And there was some thought that he might be able to enroll in the spring, or maybe even in the summer. But then in 2022, he didn't enroll then either. Wasn't on campus when Florida State started fall camp in August. Florida State fans had maybe even put Destyn Hill out of their mind a little bit and maybe moved on from that recruitment and not given it the attention that they gave it for a solid year and a half until Sam's tweet pulled them right back in. Now, Sam lives in New Orleans. He knows this story. He probably knows better than most the real reason or reasons that Hill hasn't enrolled yet. I don't think we're breaking any news or sharing too much by saying that Hill has obviously been dealing with a personal issue for the last couple of years, and that's what's kept him from enrolling at FSU for this long. But in high school, he was an absolute burner. Obviously, there's no telling what kind of shape he's in as he hasn't played football in a couple of years. But if he can even get close to the speed that he ran with in high school, he could be a pretty serious deep threat for the Seminoles if he does make it to campus. Now, let me say this. I have no inside information here, but I've reached out to some people and just haven't heard back with anything concrete. People I spoke with close to the program weren't necessarily aware that this tweet or this announcement was even coming, but that doesn't mean that everyone at FSU was caught off guard. Is Hill a take right now? I'd have to think that Norvell would like to get him back on campus if he thinks that he could add something to the roster. Losing Pokey Wilson this season is a big loss. Now, that's a stacked wide receiver room, and I think Florida State's going to have some of the best wide receivers in the league. But you did lose your deep threat guy. And so Hill's speed might theoretically be able to replace that role. We've mentioned this, but again, it's really tough to know whether or not he's in any kind of a football shape right now to be able to play. How much did being out of the game for 2 years hurt him? We're not sure. I will say it's probably a relatively good thing that he's so young. Guys have missed time in the NFL and just haven't been able to bounce back because they're older, So it's probably good that he is only 19, 20 years old and could relatively bounce back a little more quickly. I'll also add this. We were told several times last year, in December, in January, in the spring, and over the summer that Destyn would be enrolling at FSU. Obviously, he did not roll at any one of those points. So for us to get an enrollment date of May, though I think specifics help my confidence, I do need to see this one to believe it. I think that you have a couple of big dates coming up, January, springtime, when other guys typically would enroll, and the fact that he's coming in May makes it seem like he's got something that he's finishing, working on, or maybe getting through that'll be done in May. Pure speculation there, but I do think that that date being more concrete maybe gives me a little bit of confidence that this happens. I do think we'll get some clarity on this in the next few days. We'll get word through some different sources, different outlets, and folks close to the program on what they expect. We will certainly do our digging on it as well, and as soon as we know something, we'll circle back and provide an update. If Hill indeed arrives on campus, we may never know the full story. And if Hill doesn't want us to know that, we should absolutely respect his privacy. But what a comeback story for the kid. After 2 years of not playing football, to eventually live out his dream and be able to play for Florida State University, the school he dreamt about playing for, it'd be pretty awesome for him. He could also make a huge difference for the Noles. I hope that this is true for the kid. It would absolutely be special. And it'd be a pretty neat story for him to be able to come back like this. We'll keep you updated on any developments. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and let us know your thoughts on Destyn Hill below. Let's talk in the comments. Will he arrive on campus? Will we see him in 2023? Let me know what you're thinking below. Until next time, I'm TJ Pittenger. Go Noles.